Ramadan, the month of Ramadan is almost here. We've waited a while for the month of mercy, for the month of mercy, for the month of mercy. Ramadan, the month of mercy.
Ramadan lesson number 11. 12 mistakes we make during Ramadan. Ramadan is the most special month of the whole year. In this month, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is waiting to forgive us and wants to reward us unlimitedly. But unfortunately, we are not using this blessing month in a smart way. Sometimes we are wasting this very important time of this month. There are actually 12 ways where we can waste our most important time in this month. And these 12 mistakes are the most common mistakes that we make all the time because we sometimes forget how we can increase our good deeds in this month of Ramadan. So, number 1. Our first mistake is by wasting our time by sleeping the whole day during Ramadan. Instead of sleeping, we could do many good jobs and get many rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number 2, even if we're not sleeping around the whole day, we sometimes spend our whole day being lazy and not doing any good jobs. Instead of being lazy, we should memorize some du'as from the Quran or read the Quran with meaning. Number 3. Many times we waste a lot of time by spending games or watching TV during the day. But what we could do is spend our time by watching Islamic programs and gain more knowledge about Islam. Number 4. Sometimes we might not realize it, but we might be fasting in a foolish way. If we are trying to show off to other people that we are fasting, we aren't fasting for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also, when we are fasting, if we eat or drink something secretly, we might think that no one else will know. But don't forget, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always knows. So just remember, we should not be showing off to others when we are fasting, or else it will not be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number 5. Cooking takes a lot of time, especially in this month. Sometimes we spend so much time in the kitchen to prepare our food. But we should not cook too much food or several items. And because if we do, it will waste our very important time of Ramadan. Number 6. Especially with classes going on during the month of Ramadan, we might be staying awake the whole night doing homework or doing nothing. In this month, every nighttime prayers are important for us, especially praying Taraweeh or extra prayers as much as possible will be beneficial just for us. Number 7. Sometimes, even after praying Taraweeh quickly, we start by spending our time with friends or family or by just talking. We totally forget that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves nighttime prayers and there are lots of rewards for that. We should spend our night time very wisely so we can get lots of reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number 8. After a whole day of fasting, we love to eat. But sometimes we eat so much that we start to feel very tired. So, because of that, sometimes we can't pray our nighttime prayer properly. Because of this, sometimes we miss our most important prayer, Taraweeh. Number 9. Sometimes during Ramadan, we see movies, listen to songs, or just enjoy the night rather than worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But we need to remember that Ramadan goes by really fast. If we miss one night of blessings, we have missed that entire night of blessings for our whole life, and we will never get that night after that. Number 10. The month of Ramadan is very important in general, but the last 10 days of Ramadan are the most important. During the last 10 days, one of the most important nights is Qadr night. But sometimes we can see that we are wasting those last 10 days to prepare for Eid, rather than worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number 11. We need to keep our house clean all the time. But during the last few days, sometimes we are so busy cleaning the whole house much more than needed to prepare for Eid. But we forget that we are losing the most important time of the month. And finally, number 12. When we are shopping in Ramadan, we are wasting our most important time of the month. We can easily solve that problem by doing all the shopping before Ramadan and spend more time for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this holy and blessed month of Ramadan. If we miss these moments, we are the losers. We all have to be very careful on how we are spending our time. Every moment of Ramadan is a blessing moment. If we miss these moments, we are the losers. We all have to be very careful on how we are spending our time. From now on, we have to try our best to utilize our time so that we can spend our time to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For more information, we can visit Surah Nahl, verse 43, Al-Araf, verse 31, Al-Furqan, verse 67, Al-Mu'minun, verse 115, Al-An'am, verse 70, An-Nahl, verse 96, and Al-Muzammil, verse 20.
The month of mercy.